Empieza ya esa comparecencia de Stoltenberg. Estamos ya recibiendo la imagen directamente desde la OTAN, hablando el primer ministro de Polonia. A su derecha tenemos también al presidente de los Estados Unidos, lo pueden ver ahí, a Joe Biden, y a su izquierda tenemos al secretario general de la OTAN, Jens Stoltenberg. Conectamos con esa señal.
One day later, we met in this hall to discuss the most significant challenges facing our states, facing the entire North Atlantic Alliance, and to speak about the ways to support our friends in Ukraine. What we wish to do today is to think together among closest allies about our next steps in the run-up to the B9 summit in Bratislava and the NATO summit in Vilnius, and about the possibilities to provide further support to Ukraine. Thank you now, and I give the floor to the President of Romania, Mr. Klaus Iohannis, co-host of the summit.
Thank you very much, dear President Biden, dear President Duda, dear colleagues, dear Secretary General Stoltenberg. It is extremely relevant to meet again in the Bucharest 9 format, which I launched in 2015 together with.
Bueno, está hablando el presidente de Rumanía, es quien está, bueno, pues siendo el anfitrión de esta cumbre, como decimos, de los países del flanco este de la OTAN. Ahí podemos ver también a Joe Biden. Vamos a ver si finalmente comparece o no el presidente de los Estados Unidos. Retomamos la conexión con el presidente de Rumanía.
Unprecedented destruction and uncertainty. We, the leaders of the eastern flank, have the duty to stand firm in defense of our peace. We must continue to stand firm in delivering on our commitments to support Ukraine for as long as it needs to win this war. This is what Romania will continue to do. We are not alone in this endeavor. Our effort is one of transatlantic scale and scope, and I welcome the presence today of President Joseph Biden, reconfirming the substance of our Bucharest 9 format and the commitment of the US administration towards the eastern flank security. This commitment is very solid and forward-looking, increased US military presence that needs to continue, and the preparation of a US strategy for the Black Sea. I also welcome the participation of NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg for timely and open coordination. Almost 1 year ago, Russia tried to destroy the European and Euro-Atlantic security and the rules-based international order. Russia is acting on a pattern of aggressive conduct, which we have already witnessed in the Republic of Moldova, in Georgia, and in Ukraine itself. Today, these partners benefit from Allied support for their long-term resilience, which is needed to help them achieve lasting peace, stability, and prosperity. We also strongly support Ukraine's Euro-Atlantic perspective. To make sure that this brutal war against Ukraine is Russia's final act, we also must be resolute in deterring further aggression and rolling back the current one. NATO is standing strong and showing clear commitment towards Ukraine and its people. The B9 is stronger than ever. I thus look forward to continue our coordination on our way to a successful NATO summit in Vilnius. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And now I give the floor to the co-host of summit, to the President of the Slovak Republic, Madam Zuzana Čaputová.
Thank you very much. Dear President Duda, dear President Iohannis, dear President Biden, Secretary General, dear allies. As you mentioned, Mr. President Duda, we are meeting in very special time because of first...
Bueno, justo antes de escuchar ahora a la presidenta de Eslovaquia, hemos escuchado al presidente de Rumanía. ¿Qué es lo que ha dicho? Bueno, pues entre otras cosas, ha dicho, por ejemplo, que Rusia está actuando con un patrón de agresividad, de conducta agresiva, y que ya lo hemos visto también en otros países, en otros territorios, en Moldavia, por ejemplo, y en Georgia. Ahora lo estamos viendo en Ucrania. Y dice, pide el presidente de Rumanía que esto sea ya el acto final de Rusia en términos de agresividad, es decir, no permitir que Rusia pueda invadir o agredir a otro país más, entre ellos, por ejemplo, pues citaba el caso de Moldavia o también de Georgia. También ha dicho, bueno, pues el mismo mensaje que vienen repitiendo desde Occidente continuamente, que van a seguir apoyando a Ucrania el tiempo que sea necesario, pero el presidente de Rumanía ha incluido también en esa frase el tiempo que sea necesario para que Ucrania gane la guerra. Seguimos escuchando a la presidenta de Eslovaquia.
And how to move practical but also political relations between NATO and Russia. This is what we will discuss today, but also in B9 summit in Bratislava in June and in Vilnius in July. Thank you, President Duda, for hosting us, and I look forward to our discussions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Excellencies, dear friends. We are all delighted to have with us today a special guest who has accepted the invitation to the summit, the President of the United States of America, Mr. Joseph Biden. Welcome, sir. We ask you to take the floor, please.
Well, thank you all very much.
Bueno, está hablando ya Joe Biden, así que vamos a escuchar lo que tiene que decir el presidente de los Estados Unidos.
Some of you may remember years ago, when we were expanding NATO, I was the one in the United States Senate was pushing the hardest to expand NATO for membership, and many of you sitting around this table. And the irony is that one of the last conversations I had with our friend in Russia was, I said, you keep asking for the Finlandization of NATO. You're going to get the NATOization of Finland. Well, it happened. Not only are we as strong as we were, we're stronger. And I say to my fellow presidents that I'm honored to be with you here, and so many strong NATO allies. And the Secretary General, who I think has done an incredible job for a long time. I rely on his judgment a great deal. You know, the B9 was founded in 2015 after Russia attempted annexation of Crimea. And today, as we approach the one-year anniversary of Russia's further invasion, it's even more important that we continue to stand together. And I think this is proof of this, how strongly we feel. That's why I wanted to meet all of you in person here today. As NATO's eastern flank, you're on the front lines of our collective defense, and you know better than anyone what's at stake in this conflict, not just for Ukraine, but for the freedom of democracies throughout Europe and around the world. You know, when that's what President Zelensky and I spoke about when I was in Kyiv 2 days ago. And the leaders around this table have repeatedly stepped up to reaffirm our shared commitment to all these values. We provided critical security assistance to Ukraine and critical support to literally millions of refugees. We've helped ensure Ukrainians can access basic services, and together we'll continue our enduring support for Ukraine as they defend their freedom. Over the past year, with your countries around this table providing collective leadership, we've also strengthened NATO. The commitment of the United States to NATO, and I've said it to you many times, I'll say it again, is absolutely clear. Article 5 is a sacred commitment the United States has made. We will defend literally every inch of NATO, every inch of NATO. And this is an important moment. I look forward to the discussion and the next steps we can take together and to keep our alliance strong and to further deter aggression. Because what literally is at stake is not just Ukraine, it's freedom, the idea that over 100,000 forces would invade another country after war, since World War II, nothing like that has happened. Things have changed radically. We have to make sure we change them back. So thank you all very much for allowing me to be with you.
Bueno, pues vamos a hacer un resumen de lo que está diciendo Biden por ahora. Tiene pinta de que ya va a terminar, acaba de terminar ya, por tanto, la intervención del presidente de los Estados Unidos. Bueno, está diciendo también, está recordando momentos de cuando él estaba en el Congreso de los Estados Unidos y, bueno, se hablaba de expandir la OTAN. Dice que él era uno de los que más empujó a que eso ocurriera y dice que hay ironía, ¿no?, respecto a lo que pasó entonces y lo que pasa ahora cuando se les pidió a lo que considera su amigo en Rusia, no sabemos muy bien a quién se refiere, que, bueno, pues Rusia les pidió más bien a Estados Unidos que no consintieran, bueno, que consiguieran la finlandización de la OTAN, y dice que finalmente lo que ha conseguido Rusia es la otanización de Finlandia, uno de los miembros, bueno, de los candidatos a miembros ahora de la OTAN. Dice, por cierto, ha elogiado también a Stoltenberg, dice que ha hecho un gran trabajo y ha recordado lo importante que es esa cumbre de B9, que es la cumbre de los países del este, del flanco del este de la OTAN. Dice que es muy importante ahora mismo permanecer juntos y que la asistencia, la ayuda a Ucrania va a continuar. Por cierto, también ha insistido en lo mismo, que vamos a defender, dice, cada pulgada del territorio de la OTAN, y ha repetido también esa palabra que repitió tanto ayer en ese discurso por la tarde, libertad. Hablando ahora Stoltenberg, volvemos a conectar.
We need to ensure that history does not repeat itself. We have seen the Russian pattern of aggression over many years. Georgia in 2008, Crimea and Donbass in 2014, and then the full-fledged invasion of Ukraine last year. We cannot allow Russia to continue to chip away at European security. We must break the cycle of Russian aggression. NATO allies have never been more united. We will protect every inch of allied territory based on our Article 5 commitment to defend each other. One for all and all for one. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary General. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the part of the summit open for media. So I kindly ask the media to leave the room, please.
Pues ya termina esa comparecencia inicial de una cumbre que, bueno, está empezando justo ahora, lo ha dicho el presidente de Polonia, que iba a empezar justo ahora, ha pedido a los periodistas que por favor se vayan de esa sala. Y por último hemos escuchado a Stoltenberg, un Stoltenberg que ha repetido los mismos mensajes que siempre, mismo compromiso también respecto a Ucrania y también contra Rusia. Lo que ha dicho es que la historia se repite y que no podemos permitir que Rusia siga haciendo básicamente de las suyas contra la seguridad de Europa. Insisten que van a proteger cada pulgada del territorio de la OTAN. Bueno, vamos a ver cómo se desarrolla esa sesión en la cumbre del B9, de esos países del flanco este de la OTAN, donde está Stoltenberg, donde está Biden. Será esta tarde cuando empecemos a conocer ya algunos detalles que trasciendan. Nosotros ya nos despedimos de este informativo y enseguida, en unos minutos, volvemos ya con Rolling Stocks, con Marta Iser.